Good morning, NielsenFloorDaily.net, and I'm Kemp Harr. This morning, my guest is Blake Dennard, the Senior Vice President of Sales and Marketing for Kaleen. Blake, how you doing?
I'm good, Kemp. Thanks for calling this morning.
It's good to catch up with you. I've caught you out in Vegas. I guess the show started yesterday, the World Market in Las Vegas. Now, we'll get to that in just a minute. First, most everybody knows Kaleen. You're in the broadloom business and in the rug business. How's business?
Business is a little scattered right now. Our rug business is struggling a bit. We're down a little bit year over year, and that's a little bit to be expected because last year was such a big year for us in the rug business. But the broadloom business is through the roof right now. We're up right around 40% for the year. Wow. So that's where we're making our hay this year.
Okay. And at this show, are you showing both broadloom and area rugs?
Yes, we show the full line out here at World Market. We show it in a broadloom format. Now, on our broadloom side, we do a custom fabrication business also, which is rugs. We show those merchandising units. And then, of course, all of our area rugs, pre-made area rugs.
Yeah. So this show kicked off yesterday, right?
Officially, yeah. We came out on Friday. We had a few customers in on Saturday, but yesterday turned out to be a pretty decent little day, a little bit better than we had initially expected it, given everything that's going on right now, travel, and it being a summer show. Typically, it's a little bit slower, but it ended up being a pretty decent day yesterday, so we're hoping for a good day today.
All right, good. Tell us, there's been a little bit of consolidation when it comes to, there's the Atlanta merchandise market, there's the Vegas World Market, then there's the High Point, and they all focus on furnishings and furniture, which includes area rugs, and they're all owned by the same company. Now, how is that sorted out as far as where the best show is?
Well, when we pulled out of Atlanta probably 3 years ago, it had just faded to the point where it wasn't meaningful for us to go to. That market got very expensive very quick. So we do the World Market out here in Vegas twice a year and High Point twice a year. And it really is gotten to be two split markets. We see our West Coast customers out here, of course, a few East Coast, but mostly West Coast, and the vice versa at the High Point show. Right now, it's a split as to which one's better. We'll go one show, and the Vegas will be the best for 1 year, and then the next year it's exactly opposite. High Point's a little bit better, but they're pretty much equal, giving a few dollars here and there. One big order can swing it a different direction, but for the most part, they're pretty equal as far as the business we write and the number of people we see.
Okay. Well, I looked at your website. It looks like you've got some kind of a license going with Tamara a day. Is that right? Is that one of the things you're promoting?
Yeah, that has been a really big thing for us, and we've seen a lot of good activity there. We're actually now to the point where we got inventory in and we're shipping rugs and starting to see some reorders on those products. And it's a great little line covering a lot of different bases, from entry-level indoor-outdoor to hand-tufted product, kind of across the board. So it hits several different price points and really can appeal to a lot of different consumers and customers, and we're getting quite a few calls for it. So she definitely has some recognition in the marketplace.
Is she out there with you at the show?
No, she didn't come to this one. She was with us at High Point, and she'll be back with us in High Point in October.
All right. Santos Tercivi is our economist, and he talks about this being a bifurcated market where there's some money on the low end and some money on the upper end. Tell us how that's affecting the price points. What's selling in the area rug business right now?
The pre-made area rug business, the price points have just got eroded and eroded and eroded. And it's down to the point where it's a real struggle for us to manage from a labor standpoint. It costs us just as much to pull a $30 rug as it does for us to pull a $500 hand knotted rug. So on those kind of scales, it really hurts us. Our lower and middle end business is struggling. Our upper end on the rug side, our Luxe division, which is our premium hand knotted, handmade lines, high end, very design driven, that stuff's doing great. Our brick and mortar folks out there love it because it really is not a fit for e-commerce. So they don't have to fight that battle on a daily basis. Their margins can hold up and they can do well with it. So we see a lot of activity upper end market on the rug side. And then on our broadloom side, it's pretty simple. We're all upper middle and lower high end. And that market's just cranking right now. It has not slowed one bit.
So let's put emphasis on that. The market that's really doing well is where somebody comes in and says, I love this look. Can you make it in these dimensions for me? And so that's kind of the trend, isn't it?
Absolutely. And we do that with our broadloom, and we also do that with our Lux division, our high-end hand-knotted division. We actually do custom-sized rugs there by keeping rolls of inventory of those hand-knotted products in stock in India, and we can cut, hand serge, and ship and deliver within 90 to 120 days from the time the customer orders it, which is really unheard of in the hand-knotted side of it. In the fabricated broadloom business, we do it, we run about 4-week delivery there. But when you're talking about a hand-knotted, custom-sized rug, that stuff typically is 6 months to a year out. Right now, we're running 90 to 120 days on that.
Yeah. So area rugs, I mean, this is just to summarize for those people that don't live in it every day. What's kind of happened to it is the wayfarers, the internet, has really kind of knocked that price point down to where it's hard to make money in the business, isn't it?
It's brutal. And there are other factors there, too. The price points is a severe ding to the overall business. But now we're running into issues with freight. So a lot of my e-com customers have pulled the 2x3s and pulled the 10x14s off of their websites just because of the drop ship factor. And shipping oversized rugs LTL to a consumer's house that can run upwards of $1,000 freight cost. So it quickly becomes non-feasible, if you will, to participate in that market. So we've seen them pull those out. So the freight factor on the e-com side of our business is detrimental, and it is definitely hurting our partners in that segment. So on the flip side of that, it's an opportunity for our brick and mortar guys. They're starting to stock 10x14s, and they're starting to stock heavy numbers of 2x3s because they know they have a free run there and aren't going to have that e-commerce competition. Yeah,
well, we got a drug store in Chattanooga that's thriving right now because it's figured out what to carry, and people want to go in and see it.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, so as you compare this show to, say, the world market a year ago, is this better or a little softer?
It's probably a little bit better than the summer market in 21. Traffic is definitely up. Where we end up numbers-wise is yet to be seen, but all indicating factors, we should be up a little bit over same market last year.
All right, Blake, well, thanks for giving our listeners a little view of what's going on in Vegas this week. You've been talking to Blake Dennard, the Senior Vice President of Sales and Marketing at Kaleen, and you've been listening to Kemp Harr and FloorDaily.net.